Hey guys, Andy here, and you are watching Anything But A Job, the channel where we try and make some money by doing anything but a job. This is my first ever video on the channel, so if you're thinking, this is a bit rubbish, well, you know why. So anyway, I thought I'd kick things off by listing the top 3 mistakes I made when starting my e-commerce business, which was about 6 years ago now. Okay, I'll probably play some music here with that little intro. So mistake number 1, I thought it was going to be quick, and I thought I was going to quit my job in like 2 months. Actually took 2 years. So basically I read the 4-hour work week, which if you're watching this video you've probably heard of, and you know what it's like when you read these books or listen to the audio books, podcasts, you get all hyped up like, oh yeah, I'm sick, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to be a millionaire, own my own business and that. And then you actually get started, and order the stuff, comes in, and then you go to sell it, no one's buying it, and you're like, So so I think like the first month I might have made like 1 sale, second month might have made like 5, and then slowly built up like that. Obviously nowhere near quitting my job after a couple of months. In fact, I remember doing the tax return at the end of the first year, and I'd actually lost money, and because back then I just knew nothing about accounting, I was like, well, how is this happening? Because I've been making sales, been selling stuff. I think I was down like $1,000 or something when it comes to the actual tax return. So then and then the next year passed. I think after 2 years, I think I was able to go like part-time. But there was a couple of times as well where I'd actually left a job. I thought, right, I'm gonna do it now. And I just quit my job, full-time, making money online, blah, blah, blah. See you later guys, don't need a job anymore. And then like a month later, ringing them up and go, can I have a reference please? I actually need to apply for another job. Which, it wasn't really a problem because it was fun. So it wasn't an issue that it took longer than 2 months. But I think the danger is that when you're starting out, you can expect it to be really quick. And then when it doesn't happen as quick as you planned, you might just quit. When in reality, all you have to do is just keep going for a little bit longer. So I think when you're going into things, like any venture really, not just e-commerce, just don't expect it to be to happen real quick. Have realistic expectations. Give yourself a year or 2 years and say, right, I'm happy to not make any significant profit for that amount of time. It's all part of the process, I guess, of doing it. You have to sort of earn the knowledge, and then when you've built up that knowledge and that skill set, then you are sort of rewarded. It sounds silly, but that's my experience anyway. Once you've sort of built up the solid foundation, things do just start clicking into place, and then the money will start coming in, as long as you're consistent and positive and just keep your head down. Mistake number 2, buying too much stock. And to expand on that, buying too much stock before you've got proof of concept, before you actually know, this will sell. I've done it too many times, especially in the first couple of years. This is a brilliant idea, that'll definitely sell, 2 things could happen. 1, you get it in and going, this isn't actually as good as I thought it would be, or the manufacturer's not done a great job on it. Secondly, there just might not be the demand, and you don't know that until you actually put it to market. A lot of the times, it's the stuff I thought, that might be alright. The market might like it. That's the stuff that's ended up selling really well, and the stuff which I've been like, sure, this is going to be a banger, this is going to be a top seller, it just flops. Now, that's going to happen, that's fine, that's part of it. The issue is if you've got, this is going to be a banger, and you've just bought pallets and pallets of it. The apartment I used to live in when I was starting out, I had a whole wardrobe, and probably then a quarter of a room as well was just full of boxes of stuff that I couldn't sell. And I kept it for ages and ages because I knew how much I paid for it. I think last year I eventually had to just take it to the tip, and it ended up in landfill or recycled what I could. And that's no good for anyone. A lot of the times when you're trying to source goods, manufacturers will have MOQs, or minimum order quantities. So the first thing I always do, what's your MOQ? And they might say 50 units, 100 units, whatever. They're not always hard and fast about that MOQ. So if they say, for example, 100 units is their MOQ, say, that's a little bit more than we wanted for the first order, second order we'd be okay to do that, can you offer 50 minimum order quantity for the first order. They might be able to come down a bit. If they can't, then say, okay, right, so we'll order 100, but with different designs, 5 different designs, so 5 in 5 colours, you know? So we'll order 100, but 5 times 20 of each colour, just so you've at least got lower quantities of each thing there, because, you know, maybe 2 colours will smash it and the other 3 won't, so then you can sort of reduce them, you know, to whatever price to shift them, and then don't reorder them, and then just focus on the things that do sell the next order, just buy more of them. Once you know that they sell, then you can start ordering bigger quantities, and that's not a problem, because then ordering bigger quantities, you'll also get sort of discounts on it and economies of scale when it comes to shipping as well. So that's the way to go. So yeah, mistake number 2, buying too much stock. Don't do it, because if you buy some lemons, it's just going to sit in the corner of your room for too long, and that's not nice. Mistake number 3, not thinking enough about shipping, and by that I mean getting the goods from you to your customer once they're purchased from you. Let's say, for example, you're buying products for $10 and you're selling them for 20, to keep it easy, and you're charging $7 for shipping, which is about standard in Australia where I live, and then you go to ship the item and you discover, it's going to cost me $15. Now, all of a sudden, your margins then are just gone, and that product is no longer such a good idea. You'll usually get this, so Australia is particularly expensive for anything that's over 500 grams, which is not much at all. I think UK is quite cheap up until about a kilogram. US I'm not sure about, so you've got to factor that in when you're buying them. The example I always used to use was like bean bags. Because I remember going, you can buy these cheap enough, and then you can sell them for heaps. But because they are just like massive, because there's cubic weight as well. So by that they calculate the dimensions and then give you a cubic weight. So even if the product might weigh under a kilo, the cubic weight of something this big is going to be a lot more, and it's going to cost a fortune. So basically, the tip there: work all of this out before you buy them, before you decide, I'm going to sell this product. So firstly, ask the manufacturer, how much does this weigh, what are the dimensions? Find a box that you're actually going to use, or mailer bag or whatever, to ship to your customer. Go to your sort of local post service, whether that's Australia Post, Royal Mail, UPS, whatever. Figure out how much that's going to cost, then add that into the spreadsheet, which you should be keeping to work out your margins. And then go, is this actually a viable product now? And then when you get the sample, which you should always do, I'll do another video about that, you should always get a sample, you can actually package it up as you would, as if you were selling it, take it to the post office, whatever, measure it, do it online, and work out exactly how much it's going to cost you. I have bought one product that springs to mind I can think of that I got, as a percentage the margins were quite good, but it was a cheap product. I think I was selling them for like 15, so there wasn't much room for margins there, and I tried to ship them in a smallish box. It was a flat sign, right? Okay, so you know, like this big, but like that thick. So I thought, so I worked out the cubic weight, the dimensions, and I put it in this like long sort of flat box, put it in the post, and it just bent in half basically during transit. So then I was like, okay, right. So I had to use a big box, and then it cost an absolute fortune to send. By that point, I'd ordered, I think, 200 of them, which, going back to the previous mistake, shouldn't have ordered that many. But yeah, so then I had 200 that I had to just sort of sell just to try and make my money back once you'd factored in the shipping. Anyway, I think that's the 3 mistakes, top 3 mistakes when starting an e-commerce idea. Thanks very much. You've just watched my first ever video. I know for a fact the sound quality is going to be absolutely terrible. Let's see if I can get hold of a better mic for the next one. Alright, thanks for watching. I guess this is the bit where I'm supposed to say hit the subscribe button, wherever that is, or hit the like button. Yeah, you don't have to. You just say, well, yeah, it's your life. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not your mum. Alright, cheers now. Bye.